again, we welcome you ringside. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we're just about ready for action. Tommy Hearns has got his eye on the prize. He has complete focus on his ring walk here. Of Stone's ring walks have become the stuff of legend, and you can see the intensity on his face.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Tommy the Hitman Hearns. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, Hearns of Stone.
All right, remember, protect yourselves at all times, and no headbutts, no low blows. Okay,
so we are underway here, round one, scheduled for 12. How do you define consistency when you describe the fact that among this matchup you're looking for guys to be more consistent? Which guy's going to be more consistent? How do you define that?
Just in one area. When they get inside, for example, Joe, every once in a while somebody takes a little bit of a break. Yeah, there's working, but all of a sudden one guy's arm goes behind the other guy. I'm looking to see who keeps both hands free.
Turn your head. Keep moving. Keep moving.
A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. He got hit. Oh, now the uppercut. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round, he returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Very nice work from both men. They each got a shot in. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. And a smart counterpunch by Hearns. Many great superstar athletes are associated with one single city, but Tommy Hearns, Tommy Hearns is Detroit Motor City through and through, isn't he?
Yeah, he is Detroit Motor City, and he runs you over like something with a motor in it. And the way he does it is from that really thin frame, usually from the outside, and he just explodes on you.
He's putting his punches together, the combination upstairs. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Round comes to an end, and that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic, and that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you're seeing proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
Beautiful. Nice. Nice. Keep it up. Move it. Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just...
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Notre Dame to know that. I mean, everybody saw, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Right back to it to the head. Teddy, you've made the point a few times that, hey, it's nice to have something where you got the superior advantage. In this case, he's got the speed. But you can't fall in love with it too much.
No, because what happens then, you're like a teenager that gets one of those sport cars. He gets carried away. He doesn't respect the speed yet. And he starts to run red lights. He starts to do things that he shouldn't do. And that's what's happening here. He's starting to jump in with those quick hands. He figures he doesn't have to respect the dimensions other guys have to. And when he's jumping in, he might get caught. There might be a cop there or a punch there to nail him.
Teddy, let's talk about what this wiry, tall, and athletic frame of Tommy Hearns provides for him in the ring, because we've seen him use leverage to his advantage with his power punches.
Well, guys that look like a tall drink of water, and that's what he looks like to me. A lot of people think they're not intimidating. They get more worried about a guy from Venison Beach that has all those muscles and everything. But those wiry guys, those are the guys that I have found that worry me, because they get leverage and they can really bang.
Accuracy an issue there. Didn't land that straight right hand. Good way to protect the midsection. Nice block by Hands of Stone. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Hands of Stone. Great movement to get away from those punches. Nice, precise work, doubling it up by Hands of Stone. Final 10 seconds. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. End of the round here, and as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down, because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was, and it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
Great job that round. You're doing well. Listen, I don't want to see you against the ropes.
And round number 3 is underway. Nice job to land that counter punch and getting away from one of his own by Hands of Stone. Nice 2-punch combo by Hearns. This is just beautiful to watch. Watch how he just links one to the next, Teddy. A beautiful sequence, almost like musical notes being played.
Well, exactly. It's a nice tune because it just follows. One, as you said, follows the other. Nice and smooth.
Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Hands of Stone. Able to cover up that gut. Oh, Oh, Teddy, worst case scenario, a cut has now opened up above his eye.
Yeah, and the bleeding, of course, the worst case scenario for a reason, as you said, Joe, because the blood can run into the eye, impair the vision.
Good block by Hearns. Hearns has had so many impressive knockouts in his career. But what about what he did to Roberto Duran? I mean, that was just brutal.
Yeah, Duran, you know, at a little bit of a later point in his life, let's be fair here, and of course had a heavier weight than Duran, really maybe belonged that for an optimal effort. But a beautiful setup. It's not just a...
Holy cow! Tommy Hearns is in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. That's a tried and true method that works out very well, the counterpunch landing by Hearns. Teddy, I know he's up on the scorecards here. He's got to be up on the scorecards, but he is getting really pushed here.
Yeah, he is. You know, this is a development fight. This is a fight where you come out of it and you get better. That doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes you just get another W. He is learning.
Keep working the body. Move.
Good defensive skill with the block by Hands of Stone. 10 clicks of the talk. Able to dismiss that body shot. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Ain't all right. Let's go on that cut. Nothing. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Tommy Hearns is not putting forth much offense at all. Now listen, I get it. You put forth some offense, you got hurt, you were stunned in this fight, so now you're strictly thinking defense. But at some point, he's got to change.
Yeah, he does.
Oh! Tommy Hearns' legs look shaky. He was hurt. Hands of Stones is trying to push away. He wants to breathe a little.
Keep the head moving. Use the ring. What? People.
Blocks that punch. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Hands of Stone. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. A stinging counterpunch after some fine defense by Hands of Stone. What does a fighter need to do to really build the foundation to a great career?
Well, first of all, they have to have the desire to have that great career. There has to be something in them. There has to be coal in that furnace to burn, and to burn later on. Maybe something happened to them in their life. Maybe through their parents, maybe through neighbors, maybe through coaches. Somebody told them they were never going to make it. And they go in their mind that they're going to find a way to make those people wrong.
Now there's some blood, but it's underneath the eye. It's on the cheek, so it's not going to impair his vision. Well-placed counter-punch by Hands of Stone. What a chin. Can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing?
And more importantly, can his opponent believe it? You know what? You want to hit a guy, so you figure that that's a good thing, that's an encouraging thing. This is a case where his opponent might get discouraged just by seeing his guy take those kind of shots.
End of the round there. He was able to stun his opponent. Teddy, when you're training a guy that's coming off a round where he just got to his man, what do you do? Do you say, hey, I saw that and here's how you did it? How do you approach that?
Well, you want to make sure you remind them exactly what you're talking about, how he set it up. Don't think about just a big punch that landed. Remember how you got to that point.
Cut nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of the cut. It's nothing. A small cut, nothing to worry about. I don't want you to slug it out with this guy, all right? Keep your range. Jab, right, okay?
As another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been. He missed with that headshot. What guts it takes, what commitment it takes to keep up with this kind of a pace. The action's been nonstop.
Now, the one thing I can tell you is this is where you don't worry about pace. You don't think about pace. Otherwise, you could not be doing what these guys are doing. They're just going round to round.
Good looking right hand after he got hit. He just missed that shot up top. Tommy Hearns is making me real curious here, Teddy. I wonder, should he be sticking with this style after being rocked in this fight?
It's still early enough. I would say yes. You know, you don't want to panic. You don't want to just throw everything overboard. You want to stay with what brought you here. Hey, he's been taught this not for hours, not for days, not for weeks. You know, months and years he's been taught this. You don't throw it out. You stay with it.
Targeting that head and landing with a bomb. Tommy Hearns beats the count, back up to his feet. Now what do you expect out of him?
Oh, we're going to find out. The most important thing is, what does he expect out of himself? Not what we expect out of him. Is he prepared? Has he been prepared to behave the right way when this moment came?
Parries that punch away. Well, I don't know if he's hip to the idea of becoming a counter-puncher, but I get the sense you'd agree with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got the perfect platform, the perfect form for it. The guy's walking in right now, not moving his head much. He can time him, he can counter him.
He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Good job protecting himself. Round comes to an end. Knockdown was scored in that round. So, Teddy, you're working the corner of the guy who was just on the floor. What are you telling him?
You're telling him that if he's been down before, you want to actually use that for a positive. I know that sounds crazy, but you say, hey, you've been here before, you've overcome it. You want to remind him that he can get back. And then the most important thing, Joe, is you tell him why he got dropped. So when he goes out there, he's not just scared going into a dark place saying, gee, it's going to happen again. He knows he has control.
Focus on the fight. We'll take care of this fella. Get on that. Get on that.
He He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
It's got the look of a fight that's going to go the distance. But I'll tell you this, Teddy, it'll have lots of action right to the final bell.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling this is like a throwback fight, and these are the mentalities of these two fighters. If you told them it was a 20-round fight, like the old days, a 30-round fight, they would somehow find a way to go the distance.
Tommy Hearns has got to deal with a cut on his cheek right now. The good news is it's below the eye. Wow! Tommy Hearns is stunned and staggered.
Come on now, guys. Come on. Keep busy. Keep busy.
Good block there by Hands of Stone. Teddy, he went from being on the edge of the cliff to now climbing back up the mountain.
Well, that's where you'd want to know if a guy recovers fast. Obviously, he has the capacity.
Oh! Tommy Hearns' legs look shaky. He was hurt. Tommy Hearns is clinching a lot, Teddy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I mean, you got to wonder if the referee's going to start coming in there, give him a few warnings right now. But he's got to get himself together. That's what he's trying to do. And then hopefully he can find a way to get on the offense.
Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Counter-punch by Hearns. And now a whole new set of problems to deal with. You can see swelling around his eye. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Working our way towards the bell. Last 10 seconds of the sixth. So we've come to the halfway point of what has been a very highly competitive bout. And Teddy, if it stays that way throughout this night, then this is going to be an all-time classic.
Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. We'll take care of the cut. It's nothing. A small cut. Nothing to worry about. Don't let him breathe. He's hurt. Get him in.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Hearns. Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Well, you could see what he wanted to do there, but unable to land that body shot. Good block by Tommy Hearns. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Well off the mark by Hearns. Not precise at all by Hearns. That's a good block by Hearns. So they close out that round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, I know you watch very closely how these trainers go about their business. You were under the tutelage of one of the true legends of the game, the great Customato.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate. Quite honestly, those opportunities, situations probably don't exist anymore because we've lost a lot of those, you know, really great trainers and managers that boxing was their whole life. I spent 7 years with Customato, and I learned the nuts and bolts from a physical, technical point of view of what's important to give to a fighter, but the psychological part. To understand the pressures that a fighter is under, the fears that a fighter deals with. And if you don't understand that, all the other things don't mean anything, because you have to understand how a fighter's feeling to understand why he's behaving or not behaving a certain way.
Nice block by Hearns. He has to be better defensively, Teddy. You can see the damage that his eye has taken. The swelling's getting really bad. How does he do that? How does he shore up that defense?
Well, first of all, he's got to start moving that head. He's standing too straight up. If he gets a little head movement, a lot of those punches that are landing, they'll start going over the shoulder.
Nice block by Hands of Stone. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Good way to protect the midsection. He's in a tough spot. There's no way around it. The eye is swelling so badly that we could see an end to this fight.
Yes, it is, but it's not an impossible spot. It's not a spot where fighters before him have not been in and have not survived and even won it.
Wow! Tommy Hearns has been stunned. He's having a much better round here. Earlier, we saw him being outworked, but right now, he's the one getting to work.
Yeah, well, you know, you go out to a restaurant, you have a half dozen half-shell clams, you might get a tummy ache. Well, he's been eating a lot of left hooks. I don't know if he has a tummy ache, but he figures right about now he wants to get rid of that indigestion. And the best way, start attacking.
Good job by drawing in his opponent and then landing the counterpunch by Hands of Stone. Nice block by Hands of Stone. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
We'll take care of the swelling. Just focus on the fight and we'll take care of the swelling.
They are back to action here, but that action has only favored one man, completely one-sided. Hard to see the scorecards coming into play here with how dominating he's been. Oh boy, look at this. Right from the get-go, they go after one another.
They remind me of my 15-year-old son going to the dinner table.
Tommy Hearns blocks that punch. Tommy Hearns is making for a very frustrating round now for his opponent because he's moving so much. He's really utilizing that ring and showing that he's got the better footwork.
Yeah, he's doing what the old timers would say, Joe. He's giving angles, keeping his opponent off balance. His opponent is strong, but he needs to be set to punch. He's making sure he doesn't allow him to get set. Doesn't give him that kind of landscape.
Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Hearns.
Keep working the jab.
What a fight. What a great, non-stop action fight this has been. Good-looking counterpunch. Teddy, it's one of my favorite times of one of our fight broadcasts. When we make the declaration, he has to have a knockout to win.
And how's he going to do it? Well, I think he's got to be a photographer. He's got to be a guy that goes in the darkroom, really, Joe, and start looking at the negatives. During the night, a lot of pictures have been taken. He's got to go now and look back at those pictures and remember something, that he saw something. He saw a moment. He saw a spot where the guy dropped his hand. He pulled back, and he's got to go, and he's got to act on that moment.
Gets rid of that body shot.
Let's work on that cut. You need to capitalize on his misses, okay? I want to see that camera hook. Make him pay for his misses. Work on that cut. It's nothing. The cut's nothing. Don't worry about it. Just compress on. Put the compress on that. Let's work on the swelling. Work on the swelling.
Another round underway, but how many more will we see? You get the sense this fight could be heading towards a stoppage. Good block by Hands of Stone. Well, obviously, what his opponent has done here is the reason that cut is in the shape that it's in. So if you're him, just keep doing what you're doing?
Yes and no, Joe. Of course, it's easy to say, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. But what if there's a little change? Your opponent's cut now. He's going to move his head, you figure, a little bit to survive in there. Now you shouldn't go head hunting, even though that cut's there. Now you have to adjust to what's in front of you. Go downstairs to the body a little bit. then go back up to that head. Don't let that red flag, so to speak, get you to go crazy and forget the body.
Good scoring counterpunch by Hearns. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautifully.
Well, Customano used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jabbed. When he's been sure of himself, he's jabbed. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. 60 seconds to go in what has been a toe-to-toe war. Oh, what a great round. Tommy Hearns blocks that punch. Good counter by Hands of Stone. Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Hearns. Good block by Hands of Stone. And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
All right. Let's work on that cut. Keep this fight in the center of the ring, okay?
The action starts up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going to distance based on what we've witnessed so far. Nice block by Hands of Stone. Well-placed counterpunch by Hands of Stone. That's a good block by Hands of Stone. Well off the mark by Hearns. Protecting his head well with his guard. Targeting the hooks on each man. Well, you could see what he wanted to do, and that's a TKO win right there. The ref has seen enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, by technical knockout, your winner.
He's your winner by by TKO.
You know, Joe, I like a night where you see a guy tested a little bit. We saw him tested, and he passed that test with flying colors.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.